Hi guys, Nerdy Perkins here, bringing you my review for One Piece chapter 738, The Brothers Bond, Story of Luffy and Sabo's Reunion. So just a quick note of when the episode actually starts. There's about 4 minutes and 33 seconds of opening credits and recap, my bad. But yeah, so this episode just kind of continues covering the rest of basically what's happened to Sabo since he was bombed by the Celestial Dragons back, what was it, like 15 years ago, however long it was ago. So we pick back up right before the time skip, with him finding out about Ace's death. I really love the sequence of his memories all flashing back. I thought was really well done. There was only like maybe one shot that I thought wasn't that good art-wise, but other than that, that was when he was like right before he fell over and fainted. Like there's a shot of him just like clutching his eyes, which he just, I don't know, he just wasn't drawn, like it was a bit sketchy, but other than that, it was really awesome. The music that they chose for that particular moment was just fantastic. Also, once he wakes up, I thought Koala's like crying face and the little steam coming off her head was just adorable. Really funny moment there. Yeah, the one big question, other than there's one other that I'll get to at the end, that I really want to know that I don't think we'll ever get an answer to. We might in the manga at some point, but it's tough to say, is what exactly Sabo talked to Dragon about. I assume he probably told Dragon that he thought of Luffy as a brother, and possibly about his relationship with Ace, but other than that, it's not really clear. We haven't really gotten any clear answers as to what they talked about. And like I said, not sure if we ever will. So then we go back to the present and we have Kinemon, who is drinking all the alcohol, which really pisses off Zoro because there's no more alcohol left after that. That was apparently possibly the only bottle they had. So obviously, that's no good. You don't do that to Zoro. I think at that point we get the ad break. And then we return with Luffy and Sabo's reunion. So we get a little bit more info on what happened with that. The original time that it happens, when we see it in the Colosseum, is really like chopped up and we don't actually get their conversation. I thought that was really well done. Luffy's reaction, once again, his crying face as well was super adorable. And just him freaking out and like the gag face that Luffy has where he's just like, oh, and his eyes are like bulging. It's probably one of my favorite Luffy faces. So seeing that again was really nice, and seeing like where that actually came in during the conversation was great. And Sabo just telling Luffy, listen, like I don't blame you for anything. Basically, I'm just glad that you're alive too, so that I'm not alone in the world, which was really hard, which really like just pulls on the heartstrings. So that's about it for like the actual flashback. We go back to the cabin, and one of my favorite moments, and for a second I thought they weren't going to do it because I saw Frankie crying, but without the smoke coming off. So it was like, oh, are they going to miss that gag? That's such a great gag. But no, they cut back to him and they have the smoke going off because he's crying while his face isn't completely fixed. And since I don't really think I've mentioned this, that's why Frankie's probably one of my favorite characters, is just his manly cries whenever you just cry. It was just like the biggest sob story whenever he hears like a really sad story. So it's just a great gag. I love every time they bring it back in. So then we cut to Fuji. Fujitora doing his gamble, and he shows that anytime a 1 shows up, basically, they will not go after the Straw Hats that day or night, whichever one. So that's interesting. And I really like that about Fuji, that he sticks to his principles, and he's a gambling man at heart. So I'm curious how, like, kind of that aspect, the gambling, is going to come into his character as the series progresses. Other than that, just a couple of little things. Hakuba being chained, or not, well, I think that's the name of Cavendish's other form is Hakuba, and just him, like, his hair and all that stuff floating around. So it was a good idea that they chained him up, because I don't know how that would have ended otherwise. You get a little bit with Rebecca and King Riku, which was, it's interesting. I think I mentioned this in my Dressrosa thoughts video, but I wasn't as big a fan of, like, Rebecca's arc throughout Dressrosa, but at least she's now wearing normal clothing and not that, like, crazy gladiator outfit. But yeah, the last thing, and this is the other mystery thing that I mentioned before, was the ravens or the crows that pick up Sabo, because it seems like that's a devil fruit power, because I believe one of the raven that's in the front that's leading the pack is talking to Sabo. So I'm very curious if that's a zone devil fruit power, if that's someone who has the raven or the crow fruit, or if that's some other devil fruit power. The way that it was displayed in this episode made me think it could be something other than a zone, because they looked more like some kind of, like, the closest thing I can think of would be something similar to Morio's. Wow, bleh, it's late right now. I'm sorry, guys. Would be Moria's shadow powers, because those I didn't see any eyes on the ravens, and it seemed like they could be some sort of, like, projection or creation by someone. But we'll see. That still hasn't even been answered in the manga. But yeah, anyway, this next little bit is going to get a little bit spoilery. So if you don't want to be spoiled for the next episode or what's coming up next, go ahead and sign off before you do though. If you like the video, give it a like and subscribe. But anyway, so if you haven't left yet, then you don't mind getting spoiled, or you've read the manga, or you just saw the next time on the what do you call it? The, like, little teaser for next time. But next episode is going to be amazing. The quality of the art just looked awesome, but we're gonna catch up with Sanji and the crew. We're gonna see where they've ended up, which is really cool, and we're going to figure out a little more about that mysterious figure that was coming up on Erouge on the Cloud Island, and without getting too spoiler on it, it is amazing. It's the ending of this next episode is going to be just awesome. I am so excited. But anyway, for any of you guys that stuck around, I'm just going to say it one more time. If you liked the video, please give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe as well. I really do appreciate the support, and I'm going to try to keep bringing One Piece content every week. And yeah, if you have any thoughts on the video itself, go ahead and give it a comment. Let me know what you think. And yeah, that's about it. Until next time, guys. Oh, score. I would give this a solid 4. I liked all the content in it. Like I said, I didn't have too many issues with the art. The music was awesome. I think they did pick some really good music cues, even at the end there. So yeah, I'd say a 4. But yeah, that's about it for now, guys. Yeah, until next time, stay nerdy.